Howdy everyone, it's me once again, the one and only Killer Rodan. So today I'm going to be reviewing something that's fairly low budget, something from long ago, a blast from the past. Oh, definitely. And yes, of course, it's a spooky movie. Like, who couldn't see that coming? I mean, really. Could see that coming from a mile or what? Anyway, whatever. So, okay, I figured I would talk about another one of these features I've seen, and it's titled Something Evil. Which, by the way, this was actually directed by Steven Spielberg. What do you know? He actually directed this, and not a whole lot of people are speaking about it. So I guess that's where I come in. So there you go. So anyway, of course, as always, let's talk about the plot, shall we? And let's get into it. Oh, definitely. Anyway, so it does feature this couple, and let's just say that they move into this farmhouse in this area, and what they don't know is that there was this unforeseen thing in this household, and that is gonna be, oh well, let's just say it's gonna be a bit of a tragedy because this does take the possession of his wife, and things get rather complicated because of that. Because of course, so yeah, things get rather weird as a result. So there you go. But anyway, that's the thing though. Of course, something bizarre is gonna happen in this movie. And that's the thing, though, when it comes to these movies, of course, it has to have something just bizarre that's gonna happen. Of course it would. And it has something to do with crazy, and something supernatural that you might expect. Yeah, these new tenants are up for a ride, so to speak. So anyway, this is basically one of these early Spielberg TV movies that pretty much comes in, of course. And I just thought I'd just review like one of these kinds of weird ghost, supernatural kind of movies esque kind of thing. Something supernatural is what I mean. So that's what I'm gonna be talking about here, folks. And I can say it's a pretty solid movie as a whole. And yes, considering the fact that this is a low budget film, that this will give him a chance to, I guess, experiment, of course. And I'm definitely gonna say that Steven Spielberg, even at a younger age, does show some nice skills when it comes to this close-ups, his type of camera angles, his overall direction. So there was that, of course. So I can't blame him for attempting to do some here. So I can't really complain too much at all, really. I can see his effort. He does. He definitely made quite a bit of effort here, folks. Definitely. So anyway, that's the thing, though. I don't mind that. And but yeah, it does give me an excuse to talk about these kinds of movies, of course, which I'm going to eventually do anyway, because of that. So here we are, I reckon. Something I would definitely recommend for those who are fans of Steven Spielberg. If you're a fan of his, then I would say check this out, of course. But anyway, yeah, this is definitely one of these types of movies where you need to consider that. Again, it's one of his early works. I can't stress that enough. So of course, it's something that needs a bit polishing, of course. You can tell he's not getting the swing of things, so to speak. So yeah, you do have to remember that. So if anyone wants to be a Steven Spielberg completionist and just have to watch every single movie he has done, there you go, I guess. Just have to keep that in mind. Anyway, but it's something I would say I will give it a chance anyway, regardless, of course. I was never a huge fan of Steven Spielberg. That's not to take jabs at the guy or anything. But I only want to talk about this kind of a thing because, of course, the horror movie. That's about it. It's just because of the fact that it's a horror film. I wanted to review this, of course, and talk about it and whatnot. So that counts for something, I reckon. And I thought this could be a good excuse to do this kind of a thing, of course. Some spooky movies. Of course, I can say that the director did the best he could with the limited budget, obviously. And I mean, okay, I wouldn't say this particular film is like the greatest thing ever, but it's not a bad watch, really. It's pretty entertaining. And of course, you don't mind these kind of demonic type movies, then I would definitely give it a chance, of course. I sure did. It just thought it's one of these types of stuff that you could just watch for a bit and be fine with it. Obviously, it's pretty well done for all things considered, obviously. And again, this is a TV movie. It's not something that was supposed to be released theatrically speaking. So yes, it's going to be even more limited of what it's going to be able to do anyway. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, like making these types of horror movies wasn't already restricted as enough when it comes to its budget. Come to think about it, so I just do your magic, I guess. When it comes to this type of stuff, do what you can, obviously. So there's that. As far as story is concerned, it's fairly straightforward in that regard. So there's that. And yes, of course, it does have a sort of formula to it, of course. But you just want to keep that in mind as well. Yeah, there's these individuals that move this place, and they do not realize that it's a haunted place. So basically, in other words, it's one of these haunted houses type movies. Yes, oh boy, folks, I'm reviewing another haunted house type movie again. Oh boy, yeah, like having reviewed a truck ton of these movies already. So there you go. So yeah, it's one of these haunted houses type deals right here, as you haven't guessed yourself by this point. But that's what's going on here with these kinds of weird occurrences that's going out around this place, and these people have to survive it somehow, I guess, in some kind of method, I suppose. But okay, there you go, I guess, I reckon. But it happens. You have to make it exciting in some kind of way. Oh yes, a haunted house type of story. Well, it didn't stop me before, so here we go, I guess. Yes, of course, there's gonna be demons, obviously. So there you go. This was definitely a TV movie way back when they actually attempted to have some decent movies for television, I guess. And I mean, a good chunk of them were okay, but it still was worth a watch, I suppose. And that's the thing, though. Of course, things change these days. Yes, of course, I would spend quite a bit of time watching TV movies way back in the day, and this was definitely one of them I've seen a while back. And yes, of course, I thought I'd talk about it because I just figured it would be a good watch and a good thing to talk about when it comes to these types of movies. And I thought it would be a good way to speak about this kind of stuff as a way to just explore more horror related topics when it comes to this kinds of stuff, of course. Because considering the fact that, obviously, as far as I'm concerned, Halloween is a year round thing. Yet, yes, sirree. But yeah, this is just pretty insane in a way. It's crazy, it's wild. But the acting is decent. And when it comes to acting, the acting is pretty okay, I guess. So I guess that kind of brings it down a little bit as far as I'm concerned, really. But still, though, as far as acting goes, they did okay, I guess. They did put a decent job in terms of that, of course. But anyway, all in all, it's worth a watch, like I was saying, because I like the designs of the house, the outside and inside. I like the wardrobe that we're trying to use here because it's trying to give you a feel of the story, of the characters as a whole. And in some ways, I can definitely say they succeeded in what they were trying to do. And it worked for what they're trying to do. Oh, definitely. I was going to cover this at some point, so might as well do it now. Yes, I know, I realize it's technically not Halloween yet, but like that stopped me before. I'm going to watch, review horror films nonetheless anyway, regardless of that fact. Anyway, but yeah, it's not terrible by any means. I did think that this had some pretty decent moments during the movie here. And yeah, I did like what Steven Spielberg was attempting to do during the entire thing here. I liked it. For all things again, all things considered. So anyway, I'll give this an overall rating of a 6.8 out of 10. It gets a 6.8 out of 10 from me. So of course, as always, thanks for watching and take care. See ya. Oh yeah, later.